Hey guys, this is Thomas Knapp with Financial Empowerment, and this scholarship could win you $10,000. $10,000 is nothing to sneeze at. Now, this is simply for submitting a greeting card. That's right, a greeting card. So you get to design a greeting card, and it's just a picture. Now you can add some words to it if you want, and we'll get into the details here. But submitting a greeting card, you could win $10,000. Now, who's offering this scholarship? The Gallery Collection, and if we actually continue down here on their page, it says this is the 15th annual Create a Greeting Card $10,000 scholarship, and they say plus win $1,000 for your school, and then you can submit your entry. We're going to go ahead and click right there, and this takes us to the entry page. So enter here. Now this says this is what's required. Check if you're homeschooled. You're going to enter some personal information, student ID, etc., email, all that stuff. Getting it down here, and then boom, you're going to choose a file and you're going to upload it. Now this is a maximum upload file size of 15 megabytes. Now some other places on their website actually says 2, not 15. So just pay attention to that. But this says max file upload 15 megabytes. So there you go. We can follow that and say you're not a robot and submit. Now here it says that you are going to submit an original photo, artwork, or computer graphic for the front of a greeting card. The deadline is March 2nd. It does open up in June, so you can start submitting it as early as June. If you don't win when you submit this March 2nd category here, then it's not that long until June. It's a few months. So basically, if you submit something in March, you don't win in that submission, then create some new designs, and then in June, pick one of your best ones and submit it. Then you might win $10,000 in next year's win. Now, it does say the winners are going to be announced on or about May 13th. And there is a reason you want to submit it earlier, this June, closer to June 7th, and I'll get to that in just a second. You do have to be 14 years or older, and you have to be in high school, college, or university, or again, homeschooled. And it will be decided by voting. This is the part why it actually might benefit you to submit it sooner than later. So let's go ahead and hit on the scholarship FAQs. Now I'm going to skip through some of this. What designs are permitted? They say basically it just has to be original art, but it will be submitted as a JPEG. So they want to make sure that you are not submitting something like a stock photo you found online or anything like that, which, I mean, obviously they're wanting something original. So to just pick an image offline that's already a stock photo, like that's not really original. So they probably wouldn't want that one anyways. Should there be words? They basically say like, no, not really. And they might actually even add words to your card at a later date. So you're just submitting the image. You don't need to worry about putting words in it or anything else. What themes are acceptable? So basically they're saying like, well, just themes like that we already kind of do. So they got Christmas cards, they got anniversary cards, they say here a birthday card. So all that kind of stuff is stuff that you can submit to them. They do say here what size. This is the card size, the 5.5 by 7 7/8. That's the card size. But it says here like you don't necessarily have to submit it the exact size. That's just what the size of the final image is going to be. So here, who is eligible? We kind of already talked about this, but basically if you're in high school or if you're in college, and they do specify like you have to be a legal resident of the 50 United States, but also District of Columbia, American Samoa, Guam, Commonwealth, other places, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, etc. So it's not just the 50 United States. How old do you have to be? You do have to be 14 years of age, and it will be judged. This is the part where I was talking about where it might actually benefit you in order to submit it early. So they do say that basically they're going to create a panel of judges that's going to look for these things: overall aesthetic appeal, quality of execution, creativity and originality, successful incorporation of design elements, appropriateness for use as a greeting card, attractiveness to their collection and specific like who their consumers are, and sustainability as a design, all that sort of stuff. Now, what about the prize? If you win, then the money is going to be sent to your school. Any remainder of the scholarship will be paid directly to the winner. And if you are a minor, meaning under 18, then it'll go to your parents or your guardian. Now, if you don't win, they can still buy your card. Like, so you might say they liked your card, but there was somebody else that they liked better. It says that in the event that we do decide to publish a non-winning entry, it says then they're just going to compensate the student in the usual and customary amount as they would compensate a regular contributing artist, which basically means you're an artist, right? Like, now you're a regularly contributing artist. You are just getting paid. You submitted a greeting card, you're getting paid. You can make greeting cards and just submit greeting cards and just get paid. Like, it doesn't have to be for this scholarship specifically. So if you're an artist, greeting cards might be something that you can get into to start to kind of make a little side money. So, just something to think about. So that's what they'll do if you didn't win. Now down here, this is what I was referencing earlier. How does the voting work? This says every month, our judges will put 100 entries for voting on the site. And then the top 10 entries with the most votes for each session will automatically move on to the finalist round. And then our judging team, they have reserved basically like a trump card. They have one save available for each month. And it says that'll allow them to pick a design that's outside of the top 10 in the voting to move on to the finalist round. Now, what does this mean for you specifically? Referencing if you were to submit these cards early, like in June or July, whatever the date was when they open the contest, well, then you're going to start to get put maybe these 100 greeting card options that get voted for. You're going to start getting put in that round to start getting voted for that month. So you might get put in the round in August and be sent directly to the finalist round, or the September month. So now that we're getting closer to the deadline, more people are submitting their greeting cards. There's going to be maybe more competition for that month. But if you're one of the early months, there's going to likely be less people who submitted a greeting card that month. So the competition is lower. Your chances of being the winner to go to the finals round is higher. That's how scholarship applications work. You want to benefit from lower competition and higher probability of winning. So earlier submissions for this are likely to give you a higher probability of winning. So just keep that in mind. And then we're going to continue down here to the last part that I wanted to talk about. The finalist voting round has the top 10 entries from each month's voting session, along with any saves from the judges that selected that. So the top 5 entries with the most votes, along with 5 entries that the judging team selects, will make up the official top 10 finalists. And the judging team will select the winner from those top 10 finalists. So that's what you need to know in order to win the scholarship. So simply follow these rules, follow these criteria, submit some sort of original art, original work, original design that you can do, submit it to win a scholarship up to $10,000 if they select you to win as their greeting card, or you may have made one good enough not to win the scholarship, but they may still like it. And then you can essentially start a side business of selling greeting card artwork. So definitely take advantage of this opportunity to win $10,000 for college from this scholarship. Now, in addition to scholarships, there's other ways to pay for college, and I have a course that goes over all the ins and outs of how that works. So if you're interested in learning more, then click on that. There's also tips and tricks on how to lower the cost of college, or you can click on my video here for more monthly scholarships that you can apply for, or you can watch this playlist for everything you need to know to increase your likelihood of winning scholarships. Go ahead and click one. Click here, click there, click here, click there. Stay empowered. We'll see you next time.